Quest Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Black Angel by Graham Masterton, narrated by John Moraitis. I found in Punta Arenas an American sailor, almost 100 years old, who claimed that he was the sole survivor of the sailing vessel Charlotte, which had sunk in a terrible storm off the false Cape Horn in 1837. He spoke of a strange cargo, the nature of which the ship's master had been sworn to secrecy. He spoke of terrible screaming in the night, which had frightened some of the crew so direly that 3 of them had jumped overboard, believing the ship to be possessed. He would say very little more, except that Chilean fishermen had refused to take any of the Charlotte's crew out of the freezing water, and that he himself had escaped only by a miracle. He said that the beach on which the wreck still lay was spoken of by Chileans as a place of unspeakable evil, and that they called it the place of lies. Randolph Miller, Travels in South America, Chapter 13. Chapter 1. Joe Berry fastidiously wiped up the last circles of spaghetti sauce with a torn-off piece of sourdough, and then pushed his plate away, and that was the end of the last meal he would ever eat. "Food of the goddamn gods," he remarked, and took a pack of Merit menthols out of the pocket of his plaid shirt. On the other side of the kitchen, Nina Berry was carefully crimping the pastry around the edge of an apple and cinnamon pie, a pie that she would never bake. "Do you want a cup of coffee?" she asked him. He lit his cigarette and shook his head. "I need my sleep. I'm starting that flat in Cow Hollow tomorrow." "I bought some fresh decaf." "Decaf isn't coffee. Same way light beer isn't beer." Along the corridor of the Berry's 2-bedroom Fulton Street condominium, 7-year-old Carolyn Berry and 5-year-old Joe Berry Jr. were both fast asleep in their bunk beds. Carolyn's rag doll Martha lay sprawled on the Navajo rug. Carolyn would never again pick Martha up. Joe's favorite stuffed rabbit, Joe Berry Jr., sat propped in the red-painted basketwork chair. Joe Berry Jr. would never be called Joe Berry Jr. again. The next name that Joe Berry Jr. would be called would be People's Exhibit H. It was not...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?